Hello and welcome back to the quest for pace. Today we are taking a closer look at the adidas Adizero Adios Pro 3 shoe. This shoe is fantastic. I am loving this shoe. So far I did 4 runs with a total distance of 138 kilometers in this shoe. Over these 138 kilometers, this shoe became my personal favorite running shoe of the year 2022. This shoe also is responsible for 3 personal bests. The first time I put on this shoe, it was all about testing whether this shoe is suitable for my sub 3-hour marathon run attempt. I aimed at a sub 90-minute half marathon the very first time that I aimed at a sub 90-minute half marathon time. I succeeded. I succeeded with great success. The run itself was just amazing. The shoe is super comfortable, super fast. I was really enjoying this run. The second time I put on this shoe, it was for a long run in preparation for my sub 3-hour marathon run attempt. It was the 36-kilometer long run at marathon race pace with the option to continue when I really feel good. I gave it a try, I continued, but unfortunately the 37th kilometer was a little bit slower, so I wasn't sure whether I can complete the full marathon distance sub 3 hours. And so I ended this run a little bit earlier, but over the course of these 36 kilometers at race pace, I was just loving it. This shoe is so amazing, this shoe is so comfortable. So yeah, then the third time I put on this shoe, it was for the sub 3-hour marathon run attempt. As you know, I succeeded with it. I ran the distance in 2 hours, 56 minutes and 34 seconds. So thank you. Thank you adidas Adizero Adios Pro 3 shoe for this fantastic run. I am still over the moon. I'm still in a super happy place having done this sub 3-hour marathon run. Thank you. Thank you so much. The fourth time I put on this shoe, it was all about closing things off. I never really tried to run a sub 40-minute 10K, so I thought after having completed my sub 3-hour marathon goal, I should go for a sub 40-minute 10K. I put on the shoe again, I ran the 10K sub 40 minutes. Wow, amazing, just amazing. It was a great run and it was a fun run. Really enjoyed this. So yeah, this shoe, as just explained, is responsible for 3 personal bests over various distances. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alright, let's take a look at the shoe itself. The outsole is made of continental rubber. This rubber is amazing. This rubber really provides an amazing grip. You can run with the shoe in dry conditions, you can run with the shoe in wet conditions. No matter what is going on, this shoe provides an amazing grip. It might look a little bit strange that there are some gaps in the outsole. So here's a gap in the outsole. Then here definitely is a gap in the outsole where you can see those energy rods. There's a gap in the outsole, here the heel. So it's a unique construction. Some say they noticed this part in the shoe that there's no outsole. I personally never noticed that this part of the outsole basically is missing, that there's a gap in the shoe. No, I never noticed it. I never noticed it during running. I felt comfortable all the way. So yeah, this is unique construction, but good construction. I also enjoy that they added this hard plastic material here to protect the Lightstrike Pro material. Pretty cool construction, pretty cool design. It really addresses what I was complaining about in the Boston 10 shoe, because there the midsole is a little bit too much exposed to my feeling, and yeah, this is solved in this shoe. So yeah, outsole pretty amazing. Also the outsole after those 138 kilometers, okay, this is not a surprise, shows basically no wear and tear. Super amazing material, really enjoying it. The midsole is quite big. The midsole is really quite big, so you can see there's a big layer of foam under the shoe. It's super comfortable, it's super amazing. There is a big drop from the heel to the front in the shoe, but this is good. This really helps you to run comfortably. And the foam itself is super comfortable. It's made of the fastest foam Adidas currently has. Not a surprise, I mean, it's their prime racing shoe. And yeah, the foam is super comfortable. As said in the gear review after my sub 3-hour marathon run, I could have just continued to run because I haven't had any issues in this shoe. I haven't had any problem in the shoe. I was just feeling comfortable. I was feeling so good in the shoe. So yeah, no issues whatsoever. I could have, I think, just continued to run another 5K or so because I was just feeling comfortable in the shoe. And this is so amazing, despite the fact that the construction of the shoe, besides of course the super big sole, is super minimalistic. We come to this in just a second when we take a look at the upper. Yeah, despite the fact that it's really a minimalistic construction, it is comfortable. It is amazingly comfortable. So I'm just loving it. I'm really loving it. The shoe also is carbon plated, or rather carbon rod shoe. You can see here 3 of the carbon rods in this open segment. The carbon rods are basically added in between in the midsole itself, so they should be somewhere here. The energy rods are a pretty interesting construction. They basically mirror the construction of your foot, basically. So you have your bones inside of your foot, and similar. Okay, I can just use my hand, but basically similar to the bones in your foot. The energy rods are also spread out a bit to basically align, hopefully, with the bones in your foot, and this should provide some good feeling, some good support, and also a very good energy return. I can confirm this. I can definitely confirm this. The energy return in this shoe is amazing. So the first time I put on this shoe, it was like, whee, I'm flying. So it is great. The construction is so good. It's really solid. It's really stable. And yeah, the run itself is super stable. You might think, okay, with so much foam, with this big layer of Lightstrike Pro material, the shoe might feel a little bit unstable or so. No, you have an amazing stable run in this shoe. Even when you go through some turns or so, you never feel yeah, wonky or anything like this. The shoe is super stable. The shoe really provides an amazing grip. I especially noticed this during my sub 3-hour marathon run. When you took a look at the video where I analyzed the run itself, I had to do several loops, and the loops I of course had to turn around. And by turning around, I never had issues with the shoe, so this is pretty cool. Okay, so the foam, super comfortable, super soft, well protecting your legs. The energy rods are amazing, great energy return. Let's talk about the upper. The upper is super breathable. I'm not quite sure if you can actually see it. Yeah, you can see it a little bit when I turn the shoe, like can we see me? Can you see me through the shoe, basically? Hopefully you can see a little bit. The material is super thin, so you can easily see my thumb here. And yeah, oh yeah, here, right here, you can basically see my hand through that shoe. So the material is super thin, super breathable. This also contributed to the fantastic run I had in the shoe. You know, over the marathon distance, never had sweaty feet, never had any issues. So it is really breathable, really good, great ventilation. Of course, there's not much padding, so you only have some padding here at the heel counter and in the side, so to get a good lock in. But the heel counter itself is not padded, so it's really thin layer. And for the rest of the shoe, there's no padding at all. So it's basically just this very thin layer of fabric, this very breathable layer of fabric. It is very minimalistic. Same goes for the tongue, obviously. So the tongue is not padded, which at first results a little bit in the fact that you noticed the laces on your forefoot, but you really quickly stop noticing it. So yeah, it is great. It is really great. It provides such an amazing feeling, such a good protection. On the other hand, of course, it is not really much padding going on there. So yeah, you might have to keep this in mind, that it's a racing shoe. It's a shoe for really when it's all about going fast. So when it's more about protecting your legs and doing some easy runs and so on, I wouldn't recommend using that shoe. But for when it's all about speed and all about performance, this shoe is absolutely spot on. The padding here is quite interesting. Maybe you can see it a little bit by the fact that there are some fabric left of my socks. It is almost like Velcro material. It's not Velcro completely, but it feels a little bit like Velcro, and so your socks get basically stuck at this material. At first I was a little bit irritated as I noticed this doing the half marathon run, the very first time that I put on the shoe to do a run. But later I realized this is amazing. This is ingenious. This is great engineering basically, because it means when your sock, which should normally be tied to your foot and very have a solid hold on your foot, is basically kept in the shoe, kept in place by the shoe itself, because there's some kind of, well, as just said, some little Velcro material. And then even if the laces would open up, you would still have a solid feeling in the shoe. The shoe would still remain on your foot. And I think this is also what contributes to this shoe so much, that even I had a pretty good lock-in in the shoe. I was feeling the shoe was not slipping at all. And I think this is also contributed to this strange Velcro material. Of course, you have to keep it in mind that it will use up a little bit your socks, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. So it's great. I'm not quite sure what this thingy should do. I think it's maybe for putting on the shoe a little bit easier. I'm not entirely sure what this flappy thingy is all about. Maybe for an easier way to put on the shoe, or so that you can quickly grip the shoe and put it over your heel, or so. I don't know. I'm not sure what this flappy thingy is all about, but the rest of the shoe is really well made. The lacing system, as just said, provides a very good lock-in, so you can easily secure your foot in the shoe, supported by this Velcro material. And yeah, this is cool. This is really amazing. And yeah, I guess this summarizes the shoe. This summarizes this running shoe. I'm really loving the energy rods. I find it pretty amazing that they are more or less aligning with the bones in your foot. I really like the fact with that Velcro. It feels a little bit weird at the beginning, but once you really understand why it's there, it makes perfect sense. I really like the breathability of this material. As said, you can basically see myself through this material. It's super thin, super open, fantastic. The Light Strike Pro material is super soft. It felt really like, okay, this would be a hint to a different shoe company, but it really felt like walking in clouds or so. Amazing grip with the Continental rubber, and fast, super fast. As just said at the beginning, this shoe allowed me to get 3 new PBs. With most of the PBs, I think I could have gone even faster. If you have seen the marathon discussion, I just was running at a constant pace because I wanted this sub 3-hour marathon run. I was not about what is the fastest time I can get in a marathon. No, it was all about getting sub 3 hours. This was the only goal. With the 10K, I was not like, okay, I'm completely going all in. It was more like, okay, I find a somewhat comfortable pace I can hold, and I can that will definitely result in a sub 40-minute run. So there was also not all about going all in and being completely exhausted at the end. It was more of a comfortable threshold effort or something like that. So yeah, I never really reached my personal limit, and this also shows how great the shoe is, how supportive the shoe is. So yeah, personal favorite shoe of the year 2022. 3 PBs. Thank you so much, shoe. Much appreciated. And yeah, I would recommend this shoe for anyone who wants to run really fast times, who wants to get in some good PBs. You need to be a little bit careful. At this price point, the shoe is really for ambitious running. So I wouldn't recommend this racing shoe for someone who is just starting to run and who's basically in the process of becoming a good runner. No, I think this shoe really is more into the direction of well, professional runners is the wrong term, but more of the very vested runners, of those that want to go super fast, that are ambitious, that want to achieve personal dreams, personal goals. And yeah, it is a true racing shoe basically. So I only wore the shoe, I said, for getting in very fast times, for basically racing, and one time for a very long run to really get used to all the equipment I want to use for my sub 3-hour marathon run. But I'm not using this shoe for training purposes. I could do this too, because it would be great to practice some running in this shoe, but it is really a racing shoe. And so keep this in mind if you are eyeing for this shoe. It has a specific purpose, and that is racing and not training or anything like this. So yeah, I guess this summarizes this shoe review. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you enjoyed this review, and yeah, I hope I see you again in the next episode of The Quest for Pace. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, and as always, stay motivated, stay running. See you!